Hey guys, Super Goji 91 here with a figure review, first one on my channel. It is the S.H MonsterArts Godzilla. Now I know that you guys have seen many reviews on this already, but I'm just going to review this and give my own opinion on it. So yeah, anyways, this sculpt is just beautiful. This is one of the best Godzilla figures out there. But we're going to find out if he's worth the price to get. Okay, so anyways, we're going to take a close look at the figure in a minute. Stay tuned. As you can see, he has a beautiful paint job and detail. His spines are a little bit, I don't know how you say, but like a little dark. You can get the light up here. I would have preferred if they'd be a little bit more white, if you know what I mean. Actually, they are kind of light. Ultraman Cronus may have a different figure. I watched his review. He said his has like more darker spines, kind of like the Bandai Godzilla 90s. But this one's spines are actually just a little bit more white. On mine they are, anyways. But yeah, his claws are white. His teeth are like a yellowish color. His eyes have a big problem though. Well, let me explain it in a way you can understand. Okay, so one eye is looking very straight, and then the other one is looking kind of like over there, and that's just messed up. Watch Ultraman Cronus review to get a better idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, and I like how they painted the inside of his mouth like that. He painted the tongue and all that. Yeah, he's just got gorgeous detail all over and everywhere. So yeah, let's go into articulation. For articulation, now this is like the main highlight of the figure. His arms can, oh crap. Yeah, that's one big flaw with my figure. His hand pops out very easily. And there's another thing I'd like to get to. These aren't really the perfect figures that people think they are. I've heard Ultraman Cronus. Okay, here's the big problem with these. Ultraman Cronus, in his review, he says how extremely loose his Godzilla's head is, where it just pops out. Mine doesn't have that problem, but mine does have one problem. Hand, it pops off super easily, but this hand is just fine. And I've heard a few stories, from just a few people who have told me personally that they had got their Space Godzilla figure and then it fell apart in the box, or they got a Mechagodzilla and the mouth piece fell off of it, and it's very unfortunate. But yeah, yeah, these aren't like the 100% perfect figures, but yeah. Let me get back to articulation here. Arms go up and down at the elbow. They can articulate up, but that's very limited. They can go out just a little bit, not much though. The legs can't rotate all the way, but there's joints at the knee. That's pretty cool. The ankle can move around, and yeah. And here's the main highlight of why I think people buy these. Is the mouth moving up and down. Yeah, in stop motion, you can have the mouth moving. My battery's gonna die, so I better finish this up quickly. The tail can go all the way around like that. It's got plenty of joints in the tail. But yeah, and his head up here, it can be in looking up position, be looking down. Mouth and head can rotate 360, but I don't think I want to do that. And there's like this little weird joint at the mouth where you can have it like that, have it like that. It's just really super weird. Preferred to have it straight. But yeah, articulation is pretty cool on this figure as it goes. That's what everybody expects out of this. Yeah, that's the main highlight. So yeah, it is a really super cool figure in my opinion. The box has many features all around. Oh, crap. Yeah. It's a lot like the Ultra Act figure boxes where you got their face right there. and then you got the figure inside of there. And yeah, that's what this mainly is like. Then on the back you got the information and all that on the back. Oh, jeez, it keeps falling over. On the side it says Godzilla in sparkly letters. Same, no, not the same thing up top. No, that's pretty cool on the side. Godzilla. But yeah, and it's got Japanese writing and positions you can put it in. Exclusive accessories, we'll get to those in a minute. Okay, we're moving on to these accessories, which I gotta admit are a pretty cool highlight of the figure. You got atomic breath, and you got whatever that is, and you got a clear stand. Wow, what the heck is that? Okay, so anyways, are you asking, okay, what does this lead to? Well, it leads to something cool. Okay, so you take this, and hold on a second. Sorry about that. I gotta move the camera. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, it's really blurry right now. So anyway, you got that, like, stand right there. Okay, so you take whatever this is, there, you put it here. Gosh, I mean, it's really difficult to, like, work with here. And, okay, so you got that set up. So anyway, you got that part set up. Then you take this. It's got a peg in it somewhere. I don't know. There it is. Yeah. Crap. Okay, and then you got to position this, and then you put it up to his mouth. And then, yeah. Crap. Then what do you do? He's shooting a fire. It's shooting fire out of his mouth. That's one of the really cool things about this figure. I mean, he just looks really cool with that thing. I mean, that's just really awesome. That's one thing I love about these figures, is that they come with those. It also works without the stand too, which I believe kind of looks cooler. But yeah, but I prefer the stand because, well, that's how the figure is supposed to be displayed. Anyways, yeah, pretty cool accessories. Okay, so my final thoughts with this figure. This figure is 6 inches tall. I don't know if I'm gonna scale him, but I will do some comparing. Back there on the shelf, back there, reach him. I don't want to show my face in the camera. He just rizzed from the shelf. There's the Bandai Godzilla 90s figure. Okay, compare the two. Now, obviously, this has more detail. This has more love. Okay, what I mean by that is that I prefer the vinyl figures over these, because, well, I mean, sure, these are superposable, but they can fall apart too. These fall apart sometimes. These are really expensive. You can just find these for like $14. These are really expensive. I do recommend this figure, but what I'm really trying to say is that if you want a Godzilla 90s figure, and if you want to pay less money, I'd just say get this one over this. If you're, they're just more. If you're like a movie maker, you want to like use them in battles. If you're not familiar with stop motion, just get this guy. Oh yeah. But he's gotten important right now. Anyways, I'm probably not planning on getting the other MonsterArts figures due to just because of the stories I've heard about how unperfect they can be. But yeah, anyways, and plus of how much they cost. I did hear that there could be a MonsterArts Batra coming out, but we're not too sure of it yet. But I'm not really counting on it. But if there is a MonsterArts Batra, then I may pick that one up. But yeah, these are just kind of expensive, and I'm just glad I have him. He satisfies me very well. My favorite figure I currently own so far. But yeah, yeah, it's a pretty awesome figure. I recommend him if you're planning on buying him. I mean, you won't be disappointed. But yeah, he is pretty awesome. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't recommend replacing your whole collection with these. There's only been like 4 of them released, so there really is no use in doing that. But anyways, yeah, I've said too much. So yeah, anyway, Super Goji 91 signing out. I've got one more thing to add on to this review. Okay, so many fanboys or something. I'm not copying Ultraman Chronos when I say this, but there are people saying that, oh, we're gonna get Showa monsters and Millennium monsters. Reality check, guys. Okay, so anyways, if we were gonna get those guys, wouldn't we have gotten the Showa monsters first, then Heisei second? I don't get it. Why would they use the Heisei monsters first? Yeah, guys, we're not getting Showa or Millennium monsters. We don't even know if others are made. There's only been 4 released, and yeah. People are saying that they want a classic 1974 Mechagodzilla with articulation with the movable mouth and rotatable arms and legs and all that crap. Well, okay. Well, I have one thing to say. Reality check, guys. There it is. Opposable, articulated Mechagodzilla right before your freaking eyes. And how much does it cost? $60! $60, if you didn't hear that right. But it only costs $60, the same that he does. So why do we need an S.H MonsterArts Mechagodzilla? Seriously, guys, I'm right here! But we don't need a classic Mechagodzilla. We already got the Heisei one. And we have a Shigoken Kiryu. So I think we're pretty much done with Mechagodzillas here, guys, with the opposable ones. There's a classic one right here, you idiots! But yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Does anybody have respect for me? And here we have right here a really 1968 Godzilla Showa figure. And it's really greatly detailed, very accurate. It's got good articulation. And to be honest, guys, I think a articulated Showa Godzilla, it would just look terrible. I mean, yeah. It would just look bad. That's all I'm really saying. It's just my opinion, so if they don't make them, then I'll be quite pleased. Because we already have a Showa Revoltech Gigan, we have a Showa Revoltech Anguirus, we already have a Revoltech Gigan. Why do we need Showa monsters from the S.H MonsterArts line? I just don't get it. We even have a Revoltech Showa Rodan, and a Mothra, and a Revoltech Gamera. So why the heck do they need to make Showa monsters? I just don't get it, guys. I mean, they could make Millennium monsters, but there's just no use for that. I think the Heisei monsters never had, like, posable figures yet, so I think it was a good idea they started with these guys. And I'm quite pleased with that. We already have Revoltech Showa figures, and we already got Shigoken Mechagodzilla over there. So why the heck do we need Showa MonsterArts lines? Do you guys even think about this stuff before you even think of it? No, you don't, because you're fanboys. You guys are pathetic. And what's this doing here? Okay, so anyways, yeah. Anyway, most of this review could have seemed like a ripoff of Ultraman Chronos, but it wasn't. I expressed my own opinions. I don't think that there should be Showa MonsterArts lines, because we got the Revoltech figures already. So anyways, yeah, Megagodzilla signing out.